For the most part, pregnancies in people are pretty simple. Whether it's natural, in vitro, or through surrogacy, the steps remain the same. Of course, not every pregnancy is the same, and some are downright weird. Rare conditions and otherwise impossible pregnancies exist, and many of them may surprise you. So today, I'm going to tell you about top 10 bizarre pregnancies around the world. 1. Youngest mother on record. A Peruvian girl, named Lina Marcela Medina, gave birth to a child at the tender age of only 5 years and 7 months old. What's even more shocking about that number is that doctors estimated she had been menstruating since the age of 3 and was capable of being impregnated that early in life. This wouldn't result in a pregnancy in most cases, but sadly, we don't live in a world where people don't prey on children. When Lina was brought into the hospital for abdominal pain and was found to be pregnant with a 7-month-old fetus, her dad was arrested for rape and incest. Because of her young age, the child was born via caesarean section, and the boy survived. He came in at 2.7 kilograms, which was a healthy weight. The viable pregnancy was certainly rare, and no mother has since been recorded at such a young age, and hopefully, one never will. 2. Longest labor pains ever recorded. Instead of the more typical 8 to 12 hours of labor pains felt by most mothers, Krishtanik endured a disturbingly long 75 days. That's 1,800 hours of intense labor pains. She went into early labor at 21 weeks, while carrying triplets. The first was born soon after, but it was too early to survive, leaving 2 still inside her womb. The labor pains didn't end, nor were the other children delivered. Instead, her contractions continued. To help her children survive, her doctors placed her in a bed tilted at a 30 degrees angle with her feet up. She remained in that position for 75 days, experiencing labor pains the entire time. Fortunately, after that insanely long period of time, she delivered the remaining 2 children safely. Krishtokin suffered some balancing issues soon after the birth, but she's since recovered. 3. The longest recorded pregnancy. Most pregnancies last for an average of 280 days, which is a little more than 9 months in a day. That's the average, but plenty of children are born too early or a little late. Then, there's the case of Beulah Hunter, a woman who spent the longest time being pregnant. Hunter gave birth to her daughter Penny Diana after 375 days, earning herself a place in the record books. The unusual pregnancy sparked skepticism that Hunter miscarried and then quickly became pregnant once more during her year of pregnancy. Her doctors quickly quashed this notion, and by all accounts, she was genuinely pregnant, and her baby was born 100 days overdue. Hunter's daughter was perfectly healthy and without any unusual developments. Doctors concluded that her womb was healthy, but her daughter developed at a slower rate than normal. Her gestation had a few stops and starts in terms of development, which is what kept her around for so long. 4. 2 pregnancies from 2 separate fathers. Typically, a woman drops a single egg when she ovulates, but occasionally, she can drop more. When this happens, one or both can become fertilized by separate sperm cells. Sperm can survive for up to 5 days following insemination, and that whole time, they're just waiting to find an egg. If one of those cells finds that second egg, it can fertilize it, even if the woman was already impregnated around the same time. One such case occurred in 2009, when a Texas woman delivered twin boys. The father noticed how different they looked and asked for a paternity test. The results were baffling, because, while both children were born simultaneously, they each had a different biological father. 5. Oldest mother on record. Typically, women stop having children in their 40s, but thanks to modern medical practices like in vitro fertilization and various drugs, that's changed. Now, women can get pregnant well into their 40s, but it's rare for pregnancies to happen in the 50s and beyond. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but it is rare. Still, there are unusual cases such as Omkari Panwar, who gave birth to twins at 72. The Indian woman successfully delivered a boy and a girl, and it was all thanks to in vitro fertilization, so it wasn't some sort of strange accident. Both children were born healthy, if a bit premature, though the effort nearly killed the mother. Panwar and her husband, Charam Singh, had 2 other children and 5 grandchildren, but the couple had never had a son. The desire for one was so strong, they went forward with implantation despite the risks. Such a practice is certainly frowned upon, but in India, where it is illegal for a doctor to reveal the sex of a child, having a son is important. 6. The pregnant man. In 2007, the world came to a standstill when Thomas Beattie, a man, announced that he was with child. But how was all of this even possible? Well, before there was Bruce Jenner, there was Thomas Beattie. Beattie was born female, but had gender reassignment surgery. Since he wanted to have biological kids, he kept his internal reproductive organs intact. Beattie then married one Nancy Gillespie, who was infertile, and he became pregnant with donated sperm. Subsequently, the pregnant man, worldwide media headlines were born. Beattie has since had 3 kids between 2008 and 2010. 7. Smallest mother of the world. Body dimensions cannot let you drop down your dreams, and Stacey Harold has proved it. She was just 2 feet, 4 inches tall, when she said her pregnancy news wholeheartedly. It was a big risk to her life, but she stood adamant. She is now a mother of 3 children. 8. Mom of the tiniest baby. The mother who gave birth to this child was named Mahajabeen Sheikh. She gave birth to a baby girl at 25 weeks and 6 days gestation. She weighed only 8.6 ounces when she was born at Loyola University Medical Center. Basically, baby was lighter than a can of beer. 9. The surrogate mother. Her name is Carol Horlock. She is a surrogate mother who has given birth to 15 babies, out of which only 2 are hers, and she feels extremely happy to help women who cannot conceive due to some or other reasons. She has been a surrogate mother to 13 children, out of which there is 1 set of triplets. 10. Elizabeth Buttle. Elizabeth Buttle gave birth to 2 children, and what makes it unique is the age difference between them. Much to everyone's surprise, she delivered a baby after whooping age gap of 41 years. She had her 2nd child at the age of 60. Being a mother is definitely not an easy task, and for these ladies, it has been even harsher on their body and lifestyle. A woman's biggest asset is her own children, and this motherly love never fades away. Probably that's the reason for conceiving at the age of 70, or trying to keep the tiniest baby alive. Hats off to all the moms in the world.